Okay, because the recordings I have with the police were recorded on an Android phone, they only play on an Android phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record my conversation with Lieutenant Deeds right here. And you'll just have it as the recording on the phone, and you can take it for what it's worth.
Yes, ma'am. May I speak with Lieutenant Deeds? Sure. State Police, Lieutenant Deeds, this is Ronald Collins. I was going to see if he was going to be in, because I was just going to bring the little packet of information down to you myself. Okay, yeah, I should be here. What time could you be back here? Let's see, it's almost lunchtime, about 1 o'clock work, 1:30. Yeah, that'd be fine. Okay, like you said, I can still get a copy of everything that was on my computers. Well, I mean, I can't give that to you. See, that's locked up in evidence. I can't. You see what I'm saying? I mean, well, see, you told me I could get a copy of it, and that's why I'm asking about it now. Because I mean, if you know, you misunderstood me. I can't get the stuff out of evidence to give you a copy of it. I mean, it's in a secure place. I mean, I don't even have access to it. And if it's a criminal case, that stuff, that's not for me to give out. I don't have the authority to give that out. The only person that can do that would be a prosecuting attorney. Okay, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. See, I've been trying right now. I've been trying to get motions of discovery from the prosecuting attorney's office, or have my attorney to do it for the prosecuting attorney's office to get copies of that because there's evidence in there related to the trial I'm stuck with, related to Palmatier, Duckworth, and Efred and all them. And well, prosecutor's office ain't coming off of it. They don't want to give me a motion of discovery. They don't want to give me my discovery material. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I just write them off as part of the whole damn thing, too. Because if y'all, I mean, look, if y'all had the evidence, if y'all, I mean, and you know as well as I do, if y'all got the evidence and there's something in there that can be used in my defense, you have to give it to me by law. But I ain't going to argue with you about it or discuss it on the phone. I'll come down and bring you to... I agree. But I mean, I don't have the authority. It's only a prosecutor. Okay, but no, I wrote out I think it's about 10 page. It covers pretty much everything. It gives you case numbers, stuff like that to look up on, so. Okay, very good. Just try to get me between 1 and 1:30, okay? Okay. All right, thanks, sir. All right, no problem. Bye-bye.
Now that recording was done March 2nd of 2012. That was when I had brought my written complaint on Trooper Efred to Lieutenant Deeds. This one is April 2nd, 2012, when I wanted to do a follow-up with him. And I should bear in mind when I brought the recording, there's another recording where I talked to Lieutenant Deeds, which will be addressed. And then there's this, which is the recording between me and Lieutenant Deeds talking about the criminality of those involved on that little list of informants and potential informants that I gave him.
Yes, ma'am. May I speak with Lieutenant Deeds? You want to hold again? Lieutenant D, this is Ron Collins.
Right. How you doing today, Mr. Collins?
I'm doing okay. I figured I'd give you a little update on some information.
Okay.
Remember that little statement I wrote to you, how I mentioned a whole list of informants and they'd probably try to get a hold of me or come at me or anything like that?
Right.
Well, I already have that. Recorded incident of Rachel Farmer, Jessica Lilly, John, Nathan Lilly, as far as I can tell. Which I should point out, all of them are related to every Lilly in the Sheriff's Department, Beckley Police Department. I'm not sure if you have any Lillys in your department. And Mary Jennings. Now, you can sit here and keep saying right, but you haven't really looked into any of that, have you?
As far as what?
As far as the information I gave you, the case files, the fact that a made-up FBI agent by the name of Michael Kaczynski was used as probable cause for my arrest by Trooper Duckworth, the fact that he is, I believe, a sergeant and in charge of various other state troopers in your detachment, which would pretty much mean that, he could issue orders to them and have them carry things out. Stuff like that. Well, either way, I just thought I'd go ahead and inform you of something. See,
okay, sure. I mean, that's fine. I understand what you're come from. Did you have like a recorded conversation with someone? I don't understand where you're getting this new information.
Oh, well, that's a combination of recorded conversations, Facebook messages, threats across Facebook, stuff like that. Including the fact that, if you go to John Lilly's Facebook, you'll find a Michelle Jennings who happens to be a relative of Mary Ann Jennings, and Mary Ann is Mary Jennings' real name.
Okay.
Just to give you an idea, plus, all the bragging stuff they've done. You should also take into account the fact that I do believe Trooper Duckworth is related to Teresa Redden. Well, there you go. It's public information. You can just as easily go and request it from up here in town. I mean, I could go in and do it myself, but you're an investigating officer, so it'd be a lot easier for you to get hold of it. Well, anyways, quite simply put, I'm trying to find out how much leeway you made in this, check on it, see if you investigated, looked into any of it, or what.
Yeah, I've contacted my sources at the FBI to see about any kind of agents that they may have had in this area at this time.
Okay. And you've heard what?
Well, I mean, I can't tell you the details of the investigation as it's ongoing.
Oh, okay. Well, here's my point. The FBI agent is really outside of your chain of command, isn't he? I mean, you really have no pull when it comes to the FBI. In fact, the only people who do is the FBI. So, you looking into it, really, here's my point. I know for a fact there's no Agent Kaczynski. And I know for a fact that Trooper Duckworth stated in front of Mary Jennings, who all seem to be related, in some way, shape, or fashion, that he couldn't verify the identity of the FBI agent as an actual FBI agent. There was no evidence supported with it. So, in the meantime, you're looking at him fabricating and falsifying evidence.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure enough. I mean, that's I need to see what the FBI has to say about, whether or not there was an agent or anything like that, and then I can talk to Mashert and the basis of it.
Well, unfortunately, you can't do it here in Raleigh County, being as Trooper Duckworth's related to Mary Jennings, and She works with all the other magistrates, and she's the head magistrate out there. So you're actually, and in fact, to be honest with you, if I'm not mistaken, on a situation like that, because that would actually lead to a greater criminal conspiracy. I'm giving, when you're talking about Palmatier and everything. Oh, incidentally, if you ever check the internet to look up the Teresa Bowling shooting,
I'm familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I haven't checked it recently.
Well, no, there's nothing new information on there. They're simply stating that Mr. Bowling's had contact, was abusive, brandishing a weapon and such in front of Trooper Duckworth, Palmatier, and a Deputy Galili. Amazing how those names keep coming up in all this, isn't it?
Well, and I mean, all that too. I mean, both that is something else. I mean, both of those officers have been deposed and actually testified in court. As far as that goes, that anyone can get those records, so to speak, as far as what their actual testimony was in the trial.
Well, there's also the fact that, with Trooper Duckworth being related to Ashley Redden, and the fact that they waited a whole, what was it, 3, maybe 6 months, I don't know, I don't have the paper here, before they brought Ashley Redden into the trial, and that didn't occur until the whole incident over the phone, which incidentally, I do have a copy of those phone records on the way. So I can go ahead and give you that, and then you'll be able to verify that, there was calls made between me and the FBI field office.
All right, well, very good, Dan. And, just keep in touch with me, and I'll, like I say, keep plugging along. I've got, and keep in mind, too, I've got more than just one open case, but I mean, like I say, I can't do everything at once. But I am working on it in stages, okay?
Okay.
All right, well, I appreciate it, and like I say, if you get any new information, drop it by or give me a call.
Well, incidentally, the setup occurred after Rachel Former called me talking about how Jessica Lilly was making claims about my ex-girlfriend, trying to stir trouble up and everything else, and I told Jessica that I really didn't, or not Jessica, but I told Rachel Farmer that I really didn't care, that most likely they were doing that trying to get me to go after Amanda, and I wasn't going to go after Amanda, or do anything to hurt her or anything like that. And then I brought up the fact that both DJ and Nathan Lilly, and I know this from my association with them, but again, it's next to impossible to get a police officer out here to do anything, given who they're related to. Given the fact that as I told her that I knew both of them were essentially, by their own admission, having sexual relations with a 13-year-old girl who was the daughter of a guy who was dating their sister when she was 15, 16.
Yeah, I see your point.
Following that, they want to be friends and be cool with me and get me to come out there. And I told Rachel to have Jessica to call me to, tell me everything was cool, because I wanted to hear it from her. If not, I was just going to take it as a setup. And then I started getting threats from John Lilly over Facebook.
Well, now, who's Mr. Lilly with?
John Lilly? No one. He happens to be a relative of, I believe, he is a relative of Mary Jennings. He's also his family is also close personal friends with the Reddens and the Williams. In fact, I believe Teresa Redden's maiden name, which you can just as easily go to the courthouse and find this out by looking at marriage certificates. I believe her maiden name was Williams, which means she would be kin to Trooper Duckworth's partner, who is married to Trooper Duckworth's wife. Or, I'm sorry, sister. that's public knowledge because of the fact that that was publicized in West Virginia Magazine, dealing with the fact what was that what's that country group they have, Tailor Made. That, that it was mentioned, and that his sister, that Trooper Duckworth's sister, was married to his partner, Trooper Williams.
I don't know about the personal relationships.
Well, unfortunately, that's kind of something you're going to have to investigate, because when you're talking about all these people being in-laws and cousins and married into each other, it almost seems like an organized crime structure similar to the Italian Mafia. I mean, I'm not an expert in law enforcement. I do have a few people that I've trained with that are in the criminal justice fields. So,
well, let me, like I say, it is Monday morning, so I mean, I've got a lot on my plate. So let me get some other work done, and then, like I say, that allows me to free up more time so I can look at your stuff. Okay?
okay, no problem.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Now, it needs to be pointed out that after that, Lieutenant Dees began avoiding me. So on April 10th, I called his superior. I'd already filed complaints, and I threatened to go to the superintendent of the state police. Let's listen to that recording. Unlike the other recordings, this one actually shows the phone number because I left the phone number in there.
Yes, I need to speak with Captain White. Yes, Ronald Collins. Because I would like to follow up on a complaint I launched with him about his investigating officer.
Collins?
Yes.
Captain White is not in his office at the moment. He just left my office a few minutes ago. May I have your number, and I'll ask him to call you back.
My number's 304-860-0878.
860-0878.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll ask him to call you.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Can you please leave a very specific notation in that I'm complaining about Lieutenant Deeds' refusal to look at additional evidence? That's it.
Okay.
If I don't hear back from him today, I'll just launch a complaint with him with the superintendent of the state police. Thank you.
You're complaining about Lieutenant Deeds refusing to look into further evidence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll tell him.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Now then, with the child pornography arrest warrant served April 11th, that was April 10th of 2012. April 11th, 2012, they get the child pornography search warrant, and you can look right here, even though it stopped at the moment because I'm talking, and you can see the number is 304-746-2110. That is the number to the Office of Professional Standards under Captain White.